In this video, we are looking at co-interior angles on parallel lines. So co-interior angles are any two angles between the lines and on the same side. So what I mean by that, by between the lines, I'm saying between this line and this line. And notice how both the reds are on the same side, and then if you look on the other side, the blues are on the same side. And again over here, between the lines, I'm looking here, and on the same side. So, like corresponding and alternate angles, co-interior angles has a little hint, and it forms a C shape. So if you highlight the connecting lines, it makes a C shape. But unlike corresponding and alternate angles, co-interior angles add up to 180. They're not equal. So let me say that again. Co-interior angles add up to 180. They are not equal. So if I have on your screen here, you can see I'm going to do some highlighting to show you what the shape it makes. So if I highlight this line, and that's looking at the red dot, then if I look at the red X, I'm highlighting this line and the middle one again. See how it makes that C shape if you turn your head on the side. Now if I do the other one, the blues, if I highlight my blue X, and then it goes along this line, and then if I do the blue dot, it goes down here and then across. And if you tilt your head again, it makes that C shape. So we're looking for where it makes that C shape with these type of angles, these co-interior angles. So down here, write the angle that is co-interior to the marked angle. So the first thing we want to do is highlight our lines again. So I'm going to highlight our red angle, so I highlight that and that one there. Now I know it makes a C shape, so I'm going to highlight that there. And then what you're looking for is here. So D is co-interior to the marked angle, okay? So if we go down to the next one, this time we're looking at values of the pronumeral. So remember, pronumeral means letter, and we're trying to find the value of it. So again, I'm going to highlight that 50. Right, it's touching that one and touching that one. Now you might not see it, but if I do draw my little circle around the 50, you can see it is touching those two lines. If I do the same for the A and highlight this one down here, you can see that it makes that C shape I'm talking about. So remember, with this one, co-interiors, they're not equal. They add up to 180. So A is going to be 180. Take away the angle that we know, which is 50. So 180 take away 50 is 130. And then my reasoning for this is because it's co-interior. So I'll put that in brackets next to it. Like that, okay? So we'll look at this one here. The first thing I want to do is I want to highlight my 98. If I do that there, highlight this one here. I'm going to try and focus on finding that A to begin with. So I'm going to highlight this line. If you tilt your head, you can see it makes that C shape we're talking about. So I know that A is going to be 180, take away 98, which equals 82. And my reasoning is co-interior. Again, all right? Now, we can try to find my B. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. So the first way we can do it is if I highlight my 98 again, so here, highlight that line and highlight my B line, because we're looking at this one here and this one here. Alright, that makes a Z shape if you tilt your head. So what I could write there is that B is going to equal 98, and we know a Z shape is alternate. Now the other one I could do, is I'm going to do it in blue this time, is this angle here. Alright, going right around. So I know what A equals. I know A is 82. But if I look at that blue line I draw, that's a straight angle. And straight angles always are 180. So what I could do is B equals 180, take away 82, which is 98. And the reason for that is because it forms a straight angle. Alright, so there was two ways I could have found that B angle there. Alright, so we're going to look at this one here. Now, I'm looking at this angle. I'm going to focus on finding the A first. So if I highlight my lines, there's this one, and this one here. So that makes that C shape we're talking about. So I know A is going to be 180, take away 55. And that equals 125, and my reason is co-interior. Alright. Next, what I'm looking at is this blue line and this blue line, because we want to find that B. And if you remember, because they're straight opposite each other, I know that B is going to be the same as A, so 125. And my reasoning for that is because it's vertically opposite. All right. Now, to recap this, remember co-interior angles are on parallel lines and they're on this between the lines. So again, we're looking between this line and between this line, but they're on the same side. So you can see that the reds are on the same and the blues on the same. Now, the other thing to remember, unlike corresponding and alternate, co-interior angles add up to 180. All right, they add up to 180. That's very important to remember. And remember, it makes a C shape if you highlight the lines.